Law of attraction, busted. What is the law of attraction? How does the law of attraction planner work? Is it dealing with astrology? Does it deal with faith? Does it deal with anything? Is it a good thing to use? Isn't it just another planner? These are all fantastic questions and things that I've been asked over the years as I've hosted and taught the workshop to walk you through how to put the law of attraction planner to use in your life. Hi, my name is Chef Katrina, and I really want to walk you through real quick some of the simple things that I love about this planner. That there's a lot going on here, to be honest. There's so much information and there's so many things of how to use this that it's actually probably taken me the first year was definitely a learning experience. The second year I got better at it. The third year, this year, I finally understand the real value of this planner. And that's one of the reasons I bring this planner to you. This is one of the reasons I continue to host this workshop around this content, because it does make a massive difference. Over the years, I've heard all sorts of pieces of this being presented to me. I've heard the vision board being presented to me. I've heard something called a power list being presented to me. I've heard something called SMART goals being presented to me. I've heard so many different ways to approach this that for the first time in over 15 years, I am finally breathing easy. I finally have the space to really understand what it is I want in my life. And not only that, but what I want for my legacy. And it really started when I took this journey 3 years ago and I purchased the Law of Attraction Planner. I went to work with a small group of individuals that took me up on this offer. And for those that continued to plug in every month when we did our reflection, that was one of the biggest differences. So I want to quickly walk you through what it is that this planner truly offers you. So I'm taking my new one out. So this is my brand new planner. I just got it. Super excited to have it for this year. It's a 12 months. It basically runs Sunday to Monday or Sunday to Saturday is the one I've gotten. This is a little bit of the larger one. There is a smaller one. Again, it's all personal preference at this point, but the Law of Attraction Planner is the one that I'm using, especially for the workshop that I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes. So what I love about this is that this actually walks you through an 8-step process. And this process really is a scientific process. It digs down and helps you get to the root of really what you want to create and what you want to do. And a lot of times as an entrepreneur, step is missed. A lot of times we just jump right into business. We jump right into marketing. We jump right into sales. We jump right into everything else, and we don't do the self-work. I'm just as guilty as anybody for this, and it's taken a long time. And that's why I'm such an advocate around doing this workshop, because I know the profound difference. It's not made only in my life, but for the 50 plus entrepreneurs that took me up on this offer over the last 2 years, what a profound difference it's made for them. The first thing you'll notice is that there actually is a roadmap in here. It walks you through the steps of getting prepared. A lot of the times we just jump into things, but we don't actually take the time to prep what we're up to. One of the first things that this talks about, and again, I've had people come at me with a bunch of different things. Take what you want from this, leave what you want from this. But honestly, this is something that I love. There are 11 questions here. Probably the most profound questions that we start inside of this workshop. These 11 questions, when done correctly, because there is a method to doing this, literally provide clarity and purpose for you. And it might even transform or change what you think you've been up to for the last few years in your business, or if you're just getting started. And having that kind of clarity is a game changer. So then when we look at what it is that's most important to us, one of the other areas that I thought was really interesting was there was a goal setting piece, right here. And it talks about goal setting, right? And it does touch upon some of the SMART pieces, which I thought was interesting. Because it is part of this process, but if you don't understand the context of why you're creating your SMART goals, if you don't understand how it all pulls together, we're literally just taking pieces of this, which is why many of us fail to move forward with this, why many of us don't continue moving. So the goal setting, when we work through this, is actually really, really fascinating to watch, honestly. And inside of that, I'll take you deeper into your goal setting. There's a lot of little details inside of here that they work you through that I think is really interesting. We talk about creating harmony on all levels of your life, right? So most of us entrepreneurs, our main focus is on our business. But what I love about this particular planner is it talks about spirituality. It talks about health. It talks about family, money, fun and recreation, career and or business, relationships, personal growth, life goals, right? So whatever's most important to you is really where you can lean into this, right? Take what you need from this, leave everything else on the table. And when we started to dive into this, and I found it so interesting. We started looking at like, what were your 5 main goals for the year? So typically we try to set goals or start New Year's resolutions. But what I like about this is that this ties back into what goals you already set, and then really looking at what's most important to you. So it's a building block system. And the step-by-step journey that you go through here around like how to reward yourself, how to take care of yourself, right? Especially female entrepreneurs, you and I both know one of the hardest things we deal with is self-care. We feel a lot of guilt. We feel a lot of upset around this. I've talked with moms, and there's definitely the mom guilt every time you take some time off and you want to just do your alone time. So there's a lot of things that we go through here. So the most important goals for your life for the year of next year becomes a big part of this, right? And then it gets really interesting because we start looking at what is your journey. And I always say that entrepreneurship is a journey. And inside of this book, right, inside of this planner, again, this is super, super invaluable, is it asks you, where are you at in these 7 areas of your life? Where do you want to go? How do you see yourself getting there? See, you already have the solutions to everything you're dealing with, but once you start writing it out, and some of you guys are going to be like, why can't I have the digital format? Because pen to paper is the most powerful creative method that you can do. It is literally getting you out of your head onto paper through physical contact and getting present in this world, in reality, what's most important to you. There's a lot of work in here. Everything from how will you make your life goals happen? We create your vision board, right? We're going to tie it into what you're up to. Life goals, creating a life statement. I'm just telling you, the amount of things that are in here can be really overwhelming when you first look at it. You're like, where do I start and how do I even begin? And that's the critical piece of the workshop. That's why this workshop is super important, is because this is the 3rd year for me, and I'm starting finally to really understand what's most important. The strategy that's in here that's going to help you create habits, connect with people, build those community and those relationships. You're going to learn how to create your new supportive story, how to mind map your future. And then from there, we dive into like, what is your monthly intention? What is your monthly goal? And then we break that down into your weekly, daily habits, right? Things that are most important to you. And this planner literally gives you everything you need, but there's a lot in here. And unless you have somebody that walks you through it and is using them themselves, it can be a bit overwhelming. So every month, at the end of every month, the following month, the very first Wednesday of the month, we get together as a group for those that are going through here, and we actually do the monthly reflection. And what I love about this monthly reflection is that we reflect on what are the wins, right? What are the top 10 achievements that you have? And when we sit down and really look at what we've achieved, it's awe-inspiring. And going through this for the whole year, having that accountability, having that group that supports you inside of all of this, having that feedback, that community that really wants you to walk you through this. When you start goal planning as a group, as a community, what you actually create in the world is just like this incredible network of support, of trust, of people that people want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. And just knowing what's most important to you allows for myself and this entire community to be your biggest cheerleaders, to be your biggest fans, to be the ones that rave about you out there in the world. And so I invite you to take part in my workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop, and we're going to cover a lot of information, but you're not going to be alone in all of this. So if you go to truthbombmarketing.com, so truthbombmarketing.com/manifest, this is your opportunity to plug into this workshop and really learn and get the guidance of walking through this process, because I will tell you that when I was trying to do this on my own, I failed miserably. It took the community, it took working with other entrepreneurs to really make my world change and have that impact where their world changed also. The manifestation process multiplied exponentially when we started coming together and working together. So this is really about you and what's most important to you. And however you show up and however you use this book or however you don't use this book is perfectly fine. And that's the crazy part behind it. But once you set your intention, you'll find that you pull that towards you in whatever manner, way, spirituality, belief, hopes, dreams, everything, it will happen. So I invite you to come in, play in this world of the Law of Attraction Planner, learn how to put the intentions down on paper, and create a world where you literally can manifest your heart's desire. Hope to see you here inside the workshop. Talk to you soon.